Average barrier interaction.
You got a mental problem or something?
No, it's more of the fact that, you know, I just...
Okay, get the fuck out of here, dude. We have barriers for a fucking reason. If you want to start coming up to them, you test me, you will fucking find out. Leave now.
Snow, why don't you simply explain the barriers
leave,
for someone who hasn't heard of the barriers? Instead of... Did I cross? Did I cross them? Did I cross them? Did I cross them? I just woke up the first time, man. You're a psychopath with power, a moron.
Yeah, chat. I think all cops are stupid, dude.
Now, quick scenario for you. You know, I love these scenarios. You know, what if a T-Rex, you know, walked into the room type scenario. For BPD only, I know it's the legislation, but if you shoot an unarmed civilian, all right, because you have an itchy trigger finger like you just served 10 tours in Afghanistan, I will make sure you are on bike patrol for the next fucking 2 weeks.
Yeah, you think so?
That's for BPD, but we have.
I mean, as long as the roads don't change into shitty ass snow, like, I don't know, I think you'd be good. We tried doing a race in that shit early, you know, it was actually good.
I have an announcement for CPD. If an unarmed person goes through that barrier, kill them and whoever they're with.
For being here for us once again. Much love, bro.
Perfect. Kill them.
Just got over the worst flu, but feeling okay now.
The barrier.
Kind of crazy, like how different the RP is nowadays, even on the cops end.
Yeah, but they all race? They really say do not cross on them.
Yeah, if you go past the barriers legislation, it's like at that point we can't stand there and start checking if they're in active shooter zone, and you can't start checking them if they have the gun or not. If they come past that barrier, they know the legislation. They can access them as they want. They know the legislation. It's open. It's open fire. It's unfortunate. It sucks.
With
Don't
all
pass that.
due respect, I will not be shooting any unarmed individuals.
What's our job? Hold on, are we not police? I mean, I don't know about
Are you guys
CPD,
not
but...
listening to the legislation? Like,
No,
this is you
it's
guys.
not
Okay.
about legislation.
All right. Let me.
Okay, let's just reiterate something, okay? You're peace officers, all right? Peace officers. The cops nowadays act like they're criminals and like they need the, you know what I mean?
Can I finish fucking speaking? Oh my God! One more person speaks over me.
First, though. Like, hold on, wait.
Like, I couldn't even get my full
She's in
sentence
a
out before you
wheelchair,
literally
Jen.
spoke
Let her
over me, dude.
She's in a wheelchair? Like, what do you mean?
My!
Let's go back and see who talked for over
You
who.
can't start checking them if they.
That's my grand marshal.
The barriers
Well, no.
literally say do not cross on them.
Yeah, if you go past the barriers legislation, it's like at that point we can't
she
stand there and
talked
start
first.
checking if they're in active shooter zone, and you can't start checking them if they have the gun or not. If
She's a cop main for sure, dude.
you're not listening to my full
She's
sentence
in a
out before you
wheelchair.
barrier completely unarmed. I walk past it. You guys don't stop me. I then pass that barrier, pull out a gun, and shoot in the head. Easy as that.
Get a trash can. They not even drive.
Easy as that. Just shoot them in the head.
I don't know about CPD, but we're cops, right? I think our job is to protect and serve and shit. Is that correct? It's not. Oh no, I said other than CPD.
It literally says on the side of our vehicles, obey and survive, VPD vehicles.
Okay, yeah, we don't need to shoot unarmed civilians though.
Okay, but how do we know that they're unarmed civilians? Like, you know, the people, they can change clothes.
That's our fucking... Wait a second. This is our fucking job. When you put your fucking badge on, you are not a gang member. You are a fucking service individual in the line of duty. Your job isn't to shoot somebody.
Respectfully, two at a time is better than none.
No.
What
the fuck do you mean? What is an unarmed civilian? Please tell me.
He said, how can you tell if they're unarmed?
What? Okay, how can... What?
That's a very logical question. He's not asking how can you tell if they're presently visibly armed. He's asking how can you tell if a civilian is unharmed.
Like, guys,
I can give an example. Of what happened today.
Everybody relax for a second. Listen, everybody's got to take a step back. I understand that there are some differences in opinion on how things should be done. But by saying that, hey, in VPD, we let dumb fucks go over barriers that say don't cross and they'll knowingly be shot, you're not doing anything but adding to the fucking problem of there being inconsistency within the PD. It's clear as day that these are around. Their legislation is in place. Everybody's going to know. You guys are causing the problem by not doing what should be done.
Well, we better not cross barriers or it's shooting time.
You guys can always resign.
So shooting civilians is basically what we do now, right?
Chief, can I ask my question, please?
Responsibility for their own actions.
Yeah, I wasn't trying to like contradict what you're saying, but we had a situation earlier today, but it was the active shoot up of GG, and one of the GG members was acting like an unarmed civilian that had nothing to do with it, and we let him walk. And then 5 minutes later, he came back and shot officers. He didn't visibly have any weapons or anything like that. But since, class 2s are not really a thing anymore, you can't really tell if they're armed or unarmed, especially if all people, even civilians, wear masks.
So he left the area and then came back and shot?
Yeah, that's right. Well, no, we wanted to detain him.
Than civilian lives. I'm going to say that is my prerogative.
Oh, no, I can
nice mask, we good. Nice mask.
Okay.
That's okay. I'm listening. We can have a conversation.
Here's my point. I have a point to make. Here's my point.
Go ahead.
Uh-oh.
There was nothing wrong with Hutch charges. Literally nothing wrong with Hutch charges. The position that they were in and everything, the legislation, how they were written, there was nothing wrong. But individuals like Wrangler and other individuals within your guys' PD and other individuals use the Hutch charges, pick that shit apart, use what they wanted to use in the way that they wanted to use it, put people away for days and days on end until the shit was changed. Okay, so we'll do the same with this, right?
I'm sorry, but what does this have to do with the
because the legislation says it, we're gonna do it. That's what we're saying, right?
This is a fucking joke, okay? This is not the PD I joined a year and a half ago.
You're a fucking joke. What we're saying right now doesn't make any sense.
All right, listen.
This PD's a joke.
This isn't the PD I joined a year and a half ago. Motherfuckers weren't getting what?
Man, shoot civilians, man. Yeah, they cross.
What is this?
Use the Hutch charges, pick that shit apart, use what they wanted to use in the way that they wanted to use it, put people away for days and days on end until the shit was changed. Okay?
Gotta walk out, not listening, drink.
So we'll do the same with this, right?
I'm sorry, but what does this have to do with the
because the legislation says it, we're gonna do it. That's what we're saying, right?
Top 10 from the previous one. If
fucking joke. What we're saying right now doesn't make any sense.
All right, listen.
This PD's a joke, man. Shoot civilians, man. Yeah, they cross the barrier, shoot fucking civilians.
We're gang members. Why not, man?
You know, you use your words. You don't have to shoot somebody off rip. You guys are so fucking eager to shoot.
Okay, I don't think this is. All right, let's adjourn. Okay, I don't think this is.
God, like, what do you mean?
This is not a constructive conversation that we have right now, guys.
I'm just
gonna say this: if any of the high command have an issue with the legislation, they need to go and talk to the Senate about it.
There's a big. Here's the thing. Listen, there's a big difference between. So for Jared, listen. There's a big difference between Hutch charges and stuff like that because this is an actual legislation. This is clear as day that, the barriers, everybody can be versed. Hey, if you go past this barrier, you're going to be shot. There isn't anything left to interpret other than that. This is for scene control. This is to protect officers' lives. This is not a bad thing. But what you guys are turning it into is an inconsistent dumb fuck fest. You gotta.
No, I think that people.
You gotta be reasonable.
Dumb fucks, dude.
You gotta be reasonable. All right, this comes from the Senate. This comes from it's a fucking legislation in place. If we don't uphold the legislation, then we're never going to truly see it develop and how it works because you guys will set up a double standard when you're around, and then there'll be another standard that it should be, and then we're just never going to get anywhere with it. This is nothing. It's clear as day how they want it to be, so that's how it should be. That's how we should do it. And then if it doesn't work out, then it's always back to the drawing board. You guys dooming shit less than 24 hours is a huge problem. I get meme and shit, but you guys are legitimately hindering the ability for the PD to do their jobs with this bullshit. If you don't like it, don't come on duty. All right, I'm sorry, that's the fact. If you don't like it, then just don't be a part of it. Or fight for the change of it behind the scenes. But right now what you're doing is not helping, it's doing the opposite. And you guys need to understand this.
Let's do this instead. This conversation at this point is unproductive for the most of the entirety of this room. If command members can stay behind, we can have a conversation.
If they're crossed, shoot them, I don't care.
You've heard
you're in VPD, you're gone if you fucking do that shit, to be honest with you.
You've heard what both sides want.
Chief, can I talk real quick?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. So
I don't think the meeting's over. People don't leave.
So
You've heard
we
what
had like a
both sides
situation.
want to say.
We had a situation earlier today, right? When we had.
1 second, let him look us.
Have we actually got any more meeting points before everyone just walks out?
No, I think we're good for today. Everybody, go out on patrol. Thank you for showing up. I appreciate you all. Have a nice day and happy holidays.
It's fine. Listen, here's the thing. Look, let's not treat us like we're all children. We're all adults.
No. We're all children, bro. People in here.
Argued one on the That was very clear.
Listen, Fred. There's people in this office that are fucking children. They don't know they're fucking.
We clear the room because
fucking
there are
asses.
people higher
They
up.
don't. They do not. You have to treat them like kids. Because if you
we don't. We're all
then they're
adults.
gonna do dumb shit and then get shit taken away from us.
Well, then that's
how it works.
So here's the way. Then we all know how to deal with that kind of stuff. All right.
No, but then
you terminate them. You know, there's ways to handle these kind of problems.
And that's what I said.
Sometimes you got to break a few eggs to make an omelet.
I wasn't jumping lanes in the CPD. I wasn't jumping lanes in the DPD. I said,
well, you did
DPD,
use my
you do
department
that dumb
as
shit,
an
you're gonna
example.
get fired. It's simple. You know what I'm saying? That's it.
But where is the
say,
stigma that the CPD are the ones that shoot people all the time? I'm concerned. I
never said that. I didn't want to cross lanes. You know, I never said that.
I got you. I'm listening. I can have a calm conversation.
Exactly. But people in here there's people in here that are fucking kids, and I'm sorry to tell you, it's the truth.
Everyone, you're all dismissed.
As this motherfucker standing here in his police outfit with this fucking his elf ears and his elf look, you know what I mean?
Everybody, down the command. Please leave the room. Please leave the room. Let's go. Now.
Gotcha,
Command, please stay behind.
Some people are childish. I get it. It's fine.
Get out, guys.
No, it's not childish. You know, they're kids. They don't know any difference. They need a fucking titty to be on.
Can I tell you the honest truth here? We don't do anybody any favors by treating some people like adults and some people like children. We treat everybody like adults. We hold them all accountable. And if they don't make the cut, then you punish them until they do, or you fire them for never really getting a grip on everything. This stuff really isn't that big of a deal. You guys are blowing this thing up to be something that it doesn't need to be. I get it. All right, I understand it.
What do you mean? We're not blowing anything up.
Anyone's blowing anything up. I think you're just far left, we're far right. You're saying if anyone crosses it, kill them, which is what the legislation is saying. We're saying if a fucking mom walks across with her kid into an area, we're not just gonna shoot her. You know what I mean?
Thank you.
Like, we're just not. If
like,
you set up a triage point at fucking Maldini's and someone walks to Maldini's to get a pizza around the triage point, I'm not just gonna blast that motherfucker because he's an idiot. Yeah, he's an idiot. I agree with you, but he shouldn't be killed.
That's it. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
Then here's the thing where over time, listen, here's the thing. You guys know as well as I do that over time things change. If someone isn't an active, so let's say the situation's a triage point. All right, the person isn't an active threat. Tase and fucking cuff that motherfucker. I don't care.
But Pred, what you're saying to your people right now, what you just said in this meeting isn't that. You just said if anyone,
we gotta break a few omelets.
Agreed. Okay, so what we're saying right now, Pred, what we're saying right now is we all agree on the same thing. To a certain extent, if people we know for a fact are not involved in a situation, they shouldn't just be shot. We all agree with that. But when you tell cadets and you tell deputies, if someone crosses that barrier, you fucking kill them, they don't think for themselves. They're just gonna do it because they follow you like a god.
Listen,
that's just how it is.
Listen, hold on. Let me say one thing. It's like the perfect saying: just because you can doesn't mean you should, right? And it's 100%. Okay. Let me explain to you something, Pred. I love you. You're a great dude, right? But here's the problem. A lot of these fucking cops that run under you literally have a one-track fucking mind. And whatever you fucking say, they're gonna do. Okay? And you program them perfectly. And it's amazing what you did. Don't get me wrong. But, bro, all they have to do is use a little fucking common sense. That's all you need to do. It's very fucking simple.
Can I say something real quick? We've been preached to recently that we need to be very vocal with people. I think if the barriers are down, we give hey, you need to not cross this barrier. If you come here, you're going to get shot. If they continue, then you open fire on them. I don't think it should be told to people that if you just cross this barrier, you're going to die instantly, or shoot them. It should be vocalize what they're going to do. Hey, if you cross this barrier, you're going to be open fire on. Please do not do that.
That's all we're asking for.
Let me ask you this. I need to say something.
Go ahead, brother.
So the way these barriers are meant to be used, they're supposed to be on a, they're supposed to
active
like
shootouts triage.
Yeah, active shootouts triage, but it's supposed to.
I'm proud of you.
It's supposed to block out the area. Like it's not supposed to be used as a cover, and you shouldn't have officers.
For their own safety.
and you shouldn't have officers on the side of those areas because they're gonna get shot. So we had a situation earlier today, and it was an officer standing by the barrier, and he was trying to tell people that were passing, because in Legion Square, hey, don't come into the area. And then the people that we were getting shot by just came by and popped them in the head. Like, those areas are supposed to be fenced off by those places, and you shouldn't have officers there. You should have officers in tactical positions. And if you do so, you can't have somebody tell people, hey, get out of the area, because they're not going to be able to hear you. So what do you guys...
You can't tell people to get out of the area, because then someone could fucking roll by and shoot you, thereby causing the L to happen. You need to be in tactical positions watching these roadblocks, and if anybody comes through, you fucking shoot them. Because, dude, if you're just standing at the roadblock, the criminals might have a good shot at you.
Is not really feasible in these situations.
Yes, it is, because here it is. So what you just said, it in a way contradicted itself. I understand what you're trying to say, where they shouldn't just be standing by the barrier. Of course not. You should never have yourself in a position of getting fucking domed. But once someone goes through that barrier, it is on you to go up to them, in my opinion, and say, get the fuck out of here. And if they don't, then you fucking shoot them. It's that simple. You don't have to stand there with a sign to fucking directing traffic.
Okay, so you have a GG member go through that barrier.
You're gonna 51 mode.
This video, I just had to drop every dealership and...
Fuck!
Nah.
That's gonna be round 1 results are...
Hey, get out of the area. They're gonna pop you. They're gonna pop you in the head.
Then they get shot by 47 other people in this area. It's a triage point.
Can I say a suggestion here? We're trying to minimize the craziness that could occur, right, with the criminals in the city. And because this could turn into a big fucking shit show. And how do you guys feel about, vocally speaking, like Dan was saying, that was a perfect take on with Dan, but have have one officer, right? Now listen.
Apparently it's not a given.
If one individual crosses that barrier, you vocalize with them, you tell them, get the fuck out of here. They don't listen, they don't respond, they keep going. How about instead of shooting them with a gun, one officer tases that person. If they break cuffs, they automatically get shot because you warned them.
That's gonna be messy.
So I got a question.
It's about de-escalating, right? It's about trying to bring it lower. Yes.
Like, you see, we can think like that, but a lot of these individuals that are, you know, I know I was just fucking there, but I'm telling you, you cannot teach fucking common sense. There's people that can't think for themselves.
All right, so why the hell are these barriers a thing
suck
and
my
not
nuts.
normal barriers then? I don't understand.
What do you mean suck my
Well,
nuts?
you
Be
guys
the vehicle right.
I want to say, because I've been listening to this
What?
entire time.
That's all I ask.
We're like slating people below us, saying
What kind of nuts are they?
They're cashews.
Oh.
I do fuck with cashews. I'm a pecan man too. Do you like pecan?
Nope.
You don't like pecan?
Nope.
Oh.
Come on, you know you like pecan.
Nope. You trying to hit me with a dick joke right now?
I'm trying so hard. Just accept it, sir.
Listen, man. I'm gonna get out of this parking spot and I'll go to a real one, okay?
All right, pecan.
Hey, thank you very much.
Don't have brains for themselves. Yet we're the same people who are giving them orders. If they fucking hesitate, they're gonna get any shit. What do you want from them? Like I'm not really
supposed to lead by example.
Hold on, but we're basically saying some of you are saying they don't have brains, they can't think themselves. Yes, that's true in certain situations, but these are the same people that we're saying to them, if you hesitate when we tell you to shoot, then you're gonna get in trouble. Legislation comes out and you guys have stood opposite sides. One of you said if they cross, fucking kill them. One of you said the opposite. You can't put that on, them not thinking for themselves. We told them if you don't listen to us, you're gonna get any
Stubbs,
shit.
come here real quick. Stubbs is one of the greatest officers or peacekeepers in this entire department of UPD. Stubbs, take on the barriers. How do you interpret shit here?
I think the fact that they only ever utilized an active, shooter situation means it's pretty cut and dry. That the wider public should be under the impression that if they see that there's an active shooter threat to their life, if they're getting close, they could possibly die. It's meant to be protection not for us, but for them. And them going past that barrier is an danger to our lives and theirs. So this is kind of just a fine line in the sand. If you cross this, you're now in a war zone. It's always been like this undisclosed. We could have a shootout. It could be throughout Legion Square. It could be throughout Vinewood. It could be throughout the entire area. But now we are containing it so people are under the knowledge and the impression.
What is he even
they go
saying?
through here, they're going to get shot. Now, we don't have to worry about fucking dipshits just wandering into these areas where they're going to be causing
some gas and I'll be there.
safety concerns to officers and each other and the wider public. So they go through that shit. Sure, maybe we should have some goddamn thing on a speakerphone saying, hey, if you go through this area, you're going to get shot because apparently people don't know how to fucking read. But
you're 100% right.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
We should give people the justification of at least saying, hey, you're going to get shot. But
you're going to get shot if you come through here.
The barrier says there's a legislation, there's an announcement. People need to know, you have lights, you have police. We are in these shootouts to protect the white public.
What if we place a barrier on each side of San Andreas and start playing Warzone?
And it's going to be a safety hazard to everybody in the long run. It's just drawing this line in the sand of enough fucking around and pissing about.
Yeah, essentially, you guys are kind of like drawing like a firm line in the sand that's already going to cause complications at the beginning. Just accept the fact that this is the way it is, and then it'll change over time. I mean, things change.
Oh no, it's gonna.
But
change,
if we're fighting
like,
with each other on the standard, and then all it takes then is one time for you to be like, hey, this person, they're not a threat. Let them come into this war zone. And then they pull out a fucking gun or throw a grenade at everybody and start shooting everybody.
Yeah, but all it takes is a woman to walk over to try and jump a wall to get to Maldini's without seeing the barriers and a cop shoot her and she dies.
I'm just trying to say this, right? I'm looking at the
Hutch is thinking in RP ways, and they're thinking in just like, player ways.
Safety in the future, right? So we're saying just shoot them on sight, okay? What I'm trying to say is that if we could try, even though legislation says this is what we're supposed to do, if we could try to minimize the shit show that it will turn into, and you start hearing Hell Week, and you start hearing Mag Dump season, and you have cops getting shot down every 2 seconds of the day because one of their boys got shot down, what does it turn into, Pred? People not wanting to be on duty.
Baiting.
Pred, let's be real here, okay?
If you want the honest truth, that's what it is.
Yes,
if you just want to go over a barrier, if some dumb fuck wants to go over a barrier,
a lot of people
wants to start a gang war over it,
and you're 100% correct.
That's the issue.
Listen, you're 100% correct. A lot of people are dumb fucks and will just do that to do it, to make a joke out of it, and it's 100% wrong. But
yeah, we shouldn't be.
What I'm trying to say is,
unless it's me,
instead of right away shooting, maybe we could try to be vocal with it, tase them. If they resist, warn them they're going to get shot. If they start running, they get shot. You've warned them many a times. What I'm trying to prevent is officers' lives to constantly be getting gunned down, because it will happen, Pred. Mark my fucking words. I can promise you, the cops are going to start wanting to go off duty. They're not going to want to be around because of this, if it continues. And I'm just trying to stop that before it happens.
2 points I want to make.
I don't think so, because I actually think. Oh, sorry, Casimir. You go ahead. You've been.
No, it's okay. You were addressing what he says. Go for it.
Yeah, I think quite the opposite. I think it kind of, the barriers actually kind of help reel things in. I don't really think that dooming things and expecting the worst is like the way to go about shit. Like, what we should be doing is just saying, hey, this is something new. Let's just try it. See, normally it's me who's on the other end saying something stupid and dumb and shit. Like, I get it, but this comes from the top. There's a legislation in place. I mean, it's clear. I assume that the legislation is very clear. I assume that people are going to know, probably very soon. I think that at that point, if you're stupid enough to fuck around, you're going to find out. And I don't think that what are you painting? Oh. Perfect.
So
beautiful, beautiful.
Green are the barriers where people get shot. Blue is the dead cars. Obviously, you would have people all over the place, like, on rooftops and maybe mobile units communicating. But I don't think we should have barriers blocking this entire road. So let's say this is Legion Square. Imagine the blue is the bank. We had this earlier. I mean, if you have barriers here, then anybody drives through here instantly gets shot. I think that's too much. But if we have like an exterior perimeter with cars, or maybe we have the smaller barriers, not the one with the cones, but the one with the blue wooden thing. That's clearly a police area. They go through there, they're gonna get warned. They go through the interior perimeter, the green ones, the ones with lights. That's where they get shot.
And that's
I don't think the first line of extent should be deadly force.
Yeah, we should just block off a whole fucking road.
Tased, beat down. Who gives a fuck?
Well, you realize that we're blocking it off for their safety, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, but we could block if we make a triage point. If we make a triage point on a sidewalk. Yeah, great example by the way.
Yeah,
if we make a triage point on a sidewalk, we could just put the barriers around the 13s and the 95s that we have on the sidewalk, right? Then if they cross that, by all means. But
this is why you're like the future of the PD.
Yeah, I know.
I just have one thing to say though. This whole thing should have been like that from the beginning, not in front of everyone.
I agree with that.
Oh, I prefer it in front of everybody.
Yeah, I just don't appreciate insulting everyone. I don't think anybody deserves that type of thing.
I think constructive criticism.
It's not even. No. It was an open discussion, okay, and it was supposed to stay that way until people started getting feelings.
Exactly.
Okay.
So we should have calmed things down.
Green
right?
eyebrowed friend has feelings.
Well, the problem is,
no, I'm just saying things that should have been calmed down. It's our job to do that.
I wasn't talking about them.
It's hard to calm things down when people are just like, I'm not listening to this, and I'm just walking out. Like, listen, I understand. But hear me out. I understand that sometimes whenever myself or Den or Pred or anybody says some things that people don't agree with, the first instinct is fuck them. They don't even come on duty enough to give me their fucking side of this. I'm out of here.
Come on duty enough?
Me, but I'm not here to try and change the ways everyone's doing shit or this, that, and the other. All I'm trying to do is let both sides be seen in the light. That is it. And I'm not trying to say that cops need to hold back or that we need to do things a certain way. I'm just I try to give the other side so that we can somewhat understand. Pred would say, fuck them. And to most of that, I agree. But at the same time, if that whole thing is just the block, right? We block that entire road. And let's say it's at Maldini's and someone jumps a barrier, not a barrier, I'm sorry, one of the little walls to go to Maldini's to just go to, exactly. Because at the end of the day, man, people are that fucking stupid. They're dumb. But I don't think stupidity results in death.